Before the fame, before the sponsors, before the million subscribers, there was this, an old, modest, two-seat roadster that somehow became the beating heart of car YouTube. It started in 1989, when Mazda rolled out a small, unassuming roadster at the Chicago Auto Show. They called it the MX-5 Miata, and on paper, it wasn't impressive. 116 horsepower, a 1.6-liter four-cylinder, and a design that seemed almost too simple. But that simplicity was the point. In a world where cars were getting heavier, more complicated, and more disconnected from the road, Mazda built something pure, something light, something that felt alive in your hands. Weighing in just over 2,000 pounds with a manual gearbox and rear-wheel drive, the Miata wasn't trying to win on a drag strip. It was trying to win your heart on a back road. And it did, one corner at a time. The Miata wasn't just a great car to drive, it was the perfect car to film. Affordable enough for a high school kid, simple enough to work on in your driveway, and charming enough to win over any audience. For decades now, the Miata has been the car community's unofficial starter pack. It's the machine that lets dreams begin. And in the age of YouTube, it became something else entirely, a launch pad. Because if you look closely, some of the biggest automotive YouTubers all started with one. Donut Media? Yep, they took an NA Miata, made it faster, louder, weirder, and we loved it. The Car Passion channel built his entire channel around one little roadster. Gingium? His channel began with Molly, a scrappy Miata project that drew in thousands of loyal viewers. Car Throttle? They give us Phil, from installing coilovers and roll bars to turbo and finishing it up with the Jaguar V6 engine swap. The list goes on. Mighty Car Mods, Hoonigan, ThatDudeinBlue, Evan Shanks, TJ Hunt, Ricer Miata, all different creators, different styles, different goals. But at some point, they were all united by the same little car. Why? Because the Miata isn't just cheap. It's approachable. It's forgiving. It's moddable. It's the perfect blank canvas. And the beauty of it, viewers could see themselves in it. They could watch a build and think, I could do that. It wasn't a dream car locked away behind a six-figure price tag. It was right there, sitting in the neighbor's driveway, waiting for someone to take it on an adventure. Some cars are fast, some cars are beautiful, but very few cars have personality. The Miata is one of them. It's small, approachable, and let's be honest, kind of cute. It's the kind of car that makes people smile when they see it. And that is YouTube gold. Its simple design makes it easy to modify, and every change tells a story. Lowering springs, a set of wheels, a cheap eBay lip. They're not just upgrades, they're chapters. And chapters make people come back for the next video. On camera, the Miata is expressive. You can see the body roll in the corners. You can hear the tires squeal. You can feel the excitement in every gear change. It communicates fun in a way a spec sheet never could. And because it's relatable, it builds connection. When a creator uploads their Miata build, the audience isn't just watching a car, they're watching a journey they could take themselves. That's why in thumbnails and titles, the Miata works. It's not intimidating. It doesn't need 1,000 horsepower to be exciting. All it needs is a road, a driver, and a story to tell. When you buy one, you're not just getting a set of wheels. You're joining a tribe, a community built on late-night wrenching, group drives, and an unspoken rule that if a Miata owner winks at you, you wink back. For YouTubers, that community was a lifeline. Need a set of used wheels? Someone's got them in their garage. Need a hand installing coilovers? Post on the forum and 3 people will show up with tools. Need a thumbnail shot of 10 Miatas lined up? Just say the word and the meet will happen. In the early days of car YouTube, this network was everything. Creators didn't have huge budgets or professional crews. They had friends, other owners, and the shared dream of building something together. And it wasn't just offline. Online forums, Facebook groups, and later Instagram tags all became spaces where a small YouTuber could find their audience. Post a photo, share a video, get feedback, and instantly feel connected to something bigger. The Miata community didn't just welcome creators, it built them. For some, the Miata is just a cheap little convertible. For others, it's the beginning of everything. When you see someone working on a Miata, you don't just see them fixing a car. You see yourself. You see those first late nights in the garage learning what a torque wrench was. You see the first time you felt the wind on your face with the top down. You see possibility. It's the first oil change you did yourself, the first time you stayed up until 3 a.m. swapping out parts just to make the morning cruise. The first time you heard your own exhaust echo off a tunnel wall and smiled so wide your cheeks hurt. It's the friendships made under a car on a cold driveway. The road trips that turned into lifelong memories. The moments that years later you'll look back on and realize that little Mazda wasn't just a car. It was a chapter of your life. And maybe that's why it's so woven into the DNA of car YouTube. Because behind every thumbnail, every clickbait title, every turbo install, is a story of someone chasing the purest form of joy that driving can give. The Miata might not be the fastest or the rarest, but it's the car that reminded us all why we fell in love with cars in the first place. And that will never go out of style.